5 red lights. The lights are out, time to run, which you brought their way in a puff of smoke. And a good start for Luke Mathiasen, and Tim Ventic's going to drop through the field and loses at least one spot. And here comes Frans van Houten up to the inside, and Lewis Marshall trying to make it work. Actually, that was Marshall diving to the inside. Vic Van Gelder's able to pull away. Somehow Tim Ventic comes back out of that melee with second spot, and we've got a big shuffle going on in the back. Look at this Frans van Houten. Oh no, we've got cars around, and this is what happened last year. Brian Power done. Look at all the cars. Reese March, Lewis Marshall, Ivan Brito, Sam Brandt, Jack, all caught up in this massive wreck. And we've got a virtual safety car at turn 3 once again, and a 5-second time penalty for Sandro Doulis cutting a corner and gaining one, putting the pressure all over Nick Van Gelder. Luke Mathiasen sitting in third, and we are go. And Van Gelder runs the fastest lap at a 1:33, compliments of the virtual safety car. Sandro Doulis diving into the pits. That is Lewis Marshall, Jack. Ivan Brito's officially left the session. Tim Ventic to the inside, pushes Van Gelder wide. And now they're side by side. Look at this. Oh, man. Van Gelder lost 2 spots in one corner. And Mathiasen now is all over the back of Tim Ventic. So we got a 3-car battle here for the lead. Frans van Houten is not necessarily out of this battle, but he's off the pace a little bit. And Jurgen Rusic, who started 5th, is running 5th. That's your top 5. Dion Stahl's worked his way into 6th. Hertersteigen is in 7th. Higgins is 8th. Reese March is 9th. Who's going to pit? They're both going to pit at the same time. And so is Van Gelder. So now Dion Stahl, what's Dion going to do? Dion stays out, and that's going to hand the lead over to Dion Stahl. And we don't often see Dion lead a Formula 1 race. Now, in the SRL IMSA LMP2 category, in that series, actually very fast on Project Cars 2, in the LMP2 cars. And a huge shakeup. Look at it. Jan Holm running in the 4th spot. He's got Reese March still all over the back of him. And Tim Ventic, who came out of the pits. Look at this. Ventic is already going around March. March trying to make him work for it, though. Good on. And here comes Nick Van Gelder to try and find his way around Reese March. It's a drag race down the front stretch as he dives to the inside. Another side-by-side coming out of turn 1. And Van Gelder's able to get that spot. And Higgins going to stay to the outside. He's going to let Ventic have that inside line. And oh, and a big moment for Colin Higgins. Look at that. What a save. And I don't know if there was any contact there or any desync, but that is a great, great drift. I will give you points for style on that one, my friend. Unbelievable save by Colin Higgins. Lost a lot of time. He's currently running in 5th, but man, that was a great save. Beautiful drift pit sequence. And here he goes. Ventic, oh, he thought about it for a second. Oh no, it gets pushes wide. Hertersteigen goes a little wide enough. 3 wide heading into this corner. That's not going to work. Hertersteigen got the more preferred line. Hangs on to that spot. And now Ventic and Mathiasen are going to have DRS advantage. Can anybody make a move on the other? And Ventic gets a really good run coming out of that last corner. Dives to the inside. Mathiasen not able to get there in time. Mathiasen's not going to be able to make the move. Oh no! Side by side as they head down the hill, Mathiasen able. Oh, and a big moment there by Ventic. Big wiggle. Now Dion Stahl finally pitted. Lewis Marshall just picked up a 3-second time penalty. And it looks like the rain is starting to fall. I see a couple of drops. And there you can see it on the camera lens. There's a few drops starting to come down. So lap 27 of 35, the rain is starting to show its face. The great equalizer is here. Who can take advantage of this? And as I was saying, I believe the great curbing there, that is the penultimate corner, but that's the type of curbing I believe at turn 5. That's that right-hander. Unfortunately, cancellation of everything in the world right now because of the coronavirus. This is the best thing you're going to get, folks, is SRL racing right here. This is, oh, and he gets touched. Franz Van Houten gives him a little tap, and around goes Dion Stahl. And now the wet paint on the off course isn't going to help. I'm pretty sure he got a little bit of help there from Franz Van Houten. That might get looked at after the race. And we got Luke Mathiasen has dived in the pits, so he's going to switch over to the intermediates. Franz Van Houten all over the backside of Jaromir Marusic. 6 laps to go in this race, and things are starting to get really wound up and get a little crazy here. Marusic's going to run very wide, and it looks like Marusic is going to dive into the pits. So Franz Van Houten is going to move into the 3rd spot at least. And Tim Ventic finally pits. And he is going to come in and out. Shouldn't be an issue for him. Looks like Nick Van Gelder is going to stay out. March is off. He stayed out on softs. He's got wing damage. He can barely get out of the grass. What could possibly do? He's running around on a full set of hard tires. Tim Ventic has started the last lap. And there goes Luke Mathiasen. Easily gets by him. And Tim Ventic has just crossed the line. Congratulations to him picking up his 3rd win of the season. Luke Mathiasen's 3rd win of the season, his 2nd one in a row.